Call to order the February 1st County Council meeting. Madam Auditor, can I get a roll call?
Yes, Brad Beaver.
Here.
Mark Hall.
Present.
Amy Masalami.
Present.
Ken Alexander.
Present.
Sue Mackey. Present. Tim Griffin.
Present.
Steve Nation.
Present.
Mr. President, you have a quorum.
Thank you. And to lead us in invocation and pledge, Councilman Beaver.
Okay, let's just have a moment of silence. And I want everybody to remember all the men and women that are serving in the armed forces protecting us this evening. And especially I want to call out Marine Private Andrew Duffin, who's on duty someplace this evening. Thank you. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. We've now figured out how we can get large attendance. Next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes for starting with the December 29th, 2022 year-end meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Next one is the January 4th, 2023 regular meeting.
Motion to approve as amended.
Second.
Any comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, moving on. Any public comments that you know, Madam Auditor?
Nothing.
All right. Moving on to committee reports. For the president, I know I just have one item. You guys saw a litany of emails going back and forth, and we're going to be scheduling a work session before the March 1st council meeting at 6 p.m. To allow the fairgrounds to present to the full council.
And additionally to discuss the.
I was going to bring that up when I tabled it. But we're going to look for additional items for the agenda. It's only be an hour-long meeting. I'd like to keep it to just the items that are with the fairgrounds. If there's anything quick, we'll take care of it at that meeting. All right, moving on, Vice President.
As requested, I reached out to our appointees, and many of them are in the room. So as we kind of indicated, we wanted this opportunity to level set what our expectations are as a full council, and then each of you to come to the podium, introduce yourself, and what appointment you currently are in place of. We don't want a presentation. We don't want info. If you have leave behinds, great. We're happy to read them and follow up. But Ken, I believe, will.
Yeah, what we could do, first off, I think as a council, when we set up the portal and everything we wanted to is to get community engagement and community activities and just getting them involved in government. And so with that, the first thing before everyone comes up, I just want to thank you for doing that service. And I think that this is what makes us a great community, is your engagement. So thank you for that. So if you guys just want to all start coming up and file in line, I'm just going to say a few things, and then we're just going to go down the list. So first come, first serve, and I'll motion you when you can get started. Many of you may not have been part of the appointee application process through the portal. For those that were not, I'm just going to read a few things on it. It was something that we pushed out to actively get. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Right here.
No, where's the flat one?
That's my mic?
Thank you. That's the mic, yeah.
Sorry. It's almost like my second meeting. But there's a couple items on here that we wanted to put in, is to really to invoke people that want to get engaged, and it was helping support the mission and vision of our county, serve the residents and communities within which we live and work, uphold the values of the community at large, provide regular updates and communicate as requested with the appointing body, which you're doing today, and I'm really very thankful for that. And lastly, to respond to inquiries from citizens and businesses regarding activities and decisions made by the committee's board or commission which you serve. So with that, first, you're up the first, and then I guess, do you want to say anything?
Brad, do you have
before we
anything
start?
to
I do, after they introduce themselves, I just want a minute to
Okay,
generally
perfect.
give them words and wisdom. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I'm Casey Wilson. I am on the Carmel Clay Public Library Board of Trustees.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Beautiful library.
I'm Micah Beckwith. I am on the Hamilton East Public Library Board of Trustees.
Thank you.
Joe Plankis, I'm on the Westfield Economic Development Commission.
Jack Russell, Hamilton County Tourism Commission.
Thank you.
Nikki Felix, representing you on the Carmel Economic Development Commission. Thank you.
Thank you.
Steve Andrews, Hamilton County Park Board.
Good evening, Adam Zeller, the Hamilton County Board of Zoning Appeals.
Amanda Foley, Trico Regional Waste District Board.
Good evening, I'm Michael Colby, and I serve on the Alcoholic Beverage Commission, all 4 boards. There are 4 boards. There are 2 county reps, one from the commissioners, and then I'm your rep.
Thank you.
Jamie Nieves, I'm on the Fishers Economic Development Commission. Tiffany Ditlefson, I'm on the Hamilton East Public Library Board.
Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Bruce Freeman. I'm on the Property Tax Assessment Board of Appeals. Thank you.
Just say no.
Good evening, I'm Dave Johnson, and I am the council's appointee to the Noblesville Economic Development Commission. Thank you.
Good evening, Randy Zenz, Hamilton County Economic Development Commission. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Josh Morris, Hoosier Heritage Port Authority.
Hi, Justin Wiley. I'm with the Westfield Public Library.
Thank you.
Hi there, Tiffany Pasco, Hamilton County Tourism.
Thank you. This isn't open for the rest of the council to express their thoughts or pass along advice. So.
Thank you.
I'll go first. I want to thank each and every one of you for serving on these boards. I really appreciate it. Some get a little stipends, some don't get anything but headaches, and I appreciate all you do for Hamilton County. A couple of things I want to tell you, because I've served on a lot of the boards that you're on now, one way or the other. Library boards, park boards. You are our representative on those boards. We tax the people of Hamilton County. We take money from them, from the property tax and their income tax. Flows through it. We set that rate, flows through us. We appoint you to be on their board. So somebody that's unhappy with your particular board or your particular facility, they can't vote for you. They vote for us. That's the way this thing flows. All I really want to say to you is we expect you to set the policy. The people who work there, the professionals you hire, they are to implement your policy. You set the policy, they implement the policy. That's, in my opinion, I'm not speaking for the rest, that's the way I think this works. And so, it all, first rule of plumbing, it all flows downhill, you know what I mean? They're unhappy, it starts working its way up to us. If they're real unhappy, they vote us out of office. So, that's the way that works. On the Economic Development Board, I think the people who volunteered to serve and that do serve, I'm on one of them also. I think all I'm expecting is use common sense, but do keep in mind the impact, whatever decisions you make on all the other taxing districts in your circle, whether it's a TIF district or something of that nature. How does it impact the school? How does it impact the city or the town or whatever it is? Think about all the stuff that goes into it when you start handing out preferential treatment to one or the other development that might come your way. I'm for most of it, but just consider all the other people who are in that food chain. And the rest of you that serve on boards, good luck. Thank you for serving.
Brad always does a good job.
Anyone?
Oh, sure, I'll jump in. Oftentimes, the board appointments are a thankless job. So part of this evening is to recognize you and call you out for what you do. You represent us, but you represent 365,000 people as well. And we're very appreciative. You'll hear that a bunch tonight. We're grateful for your service. We're thankful for your representation, and we appreciate all that you do.
I mean, honestly, I think in the 11 years that I have been here, it's the first time that we've had as many appointments in one room. So it is a true testament. I think as we think through the process and the collective of this council, it was very important that we had the opportunity to see your faces and obviously for you to actually see ours. So thank you for being here. And I echo the same sentiments that you heard from Brad and Mark, and we'll continue down the line. So thank you.
I guess the only last thing I'll say before we get down to the right here is we have a lot of really important things to discuss tonight, but we will not be offended if after this introduction.
Get up and go, yes. You will be allowed to leave.
Thank you for your service, and I echo what everyone said.
Well, I have a large dissertation to say, so if you guys bear with me, this will be about 15, 20 minutes. But no, I'm just kidding. Thank you again for your time. That's half of it. You guys put in time on your boards. You put in time to come here tonight, so appreciate that. Thank you very much.
And I will also say thanks to everyone. Remember, you are our front line. You're the ones that see the changes in our county. You're the ones that see the needs of our county more than we do. We see it in a different level. So please go ahead and look at that. Tell us where the services have changed, where the county has changed, so that we can go ahead and plan to give the best services to our citizens. So thank you again.
Yeah, one other thing, don't hesitate to call any council member. You're our appointment, our phone numbers are published, you can get a hold of it. If you have a problem, it needs to be a big problem, but if you have a problem or a concern, don't hesitate to call any council member you feel comfortable with.
All right.
All right, if you want to exit, I would say do it now.
Run for the hills.
We won't be offended, I promise. Bye. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. I bet the eardrums blew on the people that are listening on the microphones. Okay. We'll give it a few seconds, and we'll get onto the highway. So. Huh?
Thanks for sending the invitation. See, now he's kind to yell from the back.
All right, highway.
We did meet, and there'll be 2 items on next month's agenda.
Okay, finance.
We had no meeting, we'll probably be having one in the next 30 days.
Yep. Personnel.
We did meet. There'll be a couple of items later on the agenda.
Great, thank you. Miscellaneous, anyone have anything? Okay, moving on. No unfinished business. We'll go to tabled business. I don't think.
Leave as is.
Leave as is. All right. Moving on to new business. Do I have a motion to approve the vendor claims?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Item B, approval of the commissary use agreement, Sheriff Quakenbush.
So moved.
Second.
Sheriff, you're not taking any vacations with this money, are you?
Still no vacations.
Okay.
Okay. Does anyone, this is just if you could just give a brief explanation for what this is. I mean, we have it, but I just want it for the people that are listening online.
Absolutely. So commissary funds are the funds that are the profits from items sold to inmates while they're in the facility. Generally, those items are used for programming, for youth programs and that type of thing, as outlined in statute. Also, some operational items. Statute allows for other items agreed to by the sheriff and the county council. So this list is other items that we would like to have an agreement on so that we could proceed with using the funds for those purposes.
Great. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Thank you. Next item, resolution CC 0201-2023-01A. Resolution concerning the purchase of real estate for Hamilton County Regional Utility District projects.
So moved.
Second.
All right, and Connor Sullivan is here to give us an explanation.
Yeah, this resolution is for 2 parcels of land. One is owned by the Dater and Claire Rescala Family Revocable Trust. That is a small sliver of land that we will use for the access to the eventual wastewater treatment plant. And the second parcel is owned by the state of Indiana. It is excess land that they acquired through their project for 236 and the 31 project. and that is where our actual plant will be located in the future. For just a side note, we were able to obtain the state of Indiana land. It was, I think it's about 13.46 acres for just north of $30,000. So our budget for this was $350,000. So well below budget. So we're doing well there. And then the Rescala one is going to be just south of that, but we provided them the option if it were fee simple or just a right of access easement, and so they have to come back and say which way it would go, but the highest it would be about 29,000 or so. So I'm just here today to have the council sign off, and so the county can officially state its interest and begin the purchasing process for these two parcels.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, thank you, Connor. Item D, Resolution CC 02012023-2A. It's a resolution for Hamilton County Council adopting its procedural rules.
I would motion to table the resolution until our next meeting.
Second.
And that's tabled, so we'll move on. I think our next meeting for the auditor, could that be the?
You got to vote on the table.
Oh, sorry. Well, before we go to the vote, could this would be could we use this as the work session for a quick item?
To discuss and then approve at the
March 1st? Work session, or does it have to be at the March 1st meeting?
Well, so when's your next meeting?
March 1st. We have a meeting before for a work session, and then we're gonna have, we can make action there, I guess, Chris, is that?
You can, but we can put it on the agenda.
We can talk about it in the work session.
Okay, great. We'll do that. We'll have it on next agenda. All right, if it's approved. All right. All those in favor of the tabling signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. Resolution CC 02012023.3A. It's a resolution of Hamilton County Council authorizing the transfer of unused special tax levy funds.
So moved.
Second.
All right. So, anyone want to give a brief description on this one? I believe this is an annual payout saying is that accurate? Bond fund payments?
Now, this is the one where we have excess bond proceeds. And so whenever you do that in that project and those proceeds are done, then we have to have the resolution to move those back, and it will go into the fund to reduce that bond payment.
And I'm only doing this just to inform people and provide a little bit more clarity and information as we go through the meeting. So, seeing any other comments, questions? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, moving on. All right, I'm going to open the public hearing. The first item is from the general fund, is a Clerk 144 amendment. Do I have a motion to approve?
Second.
All right. Clerk 144, do I have a description on this one?
Yes. First one here is commissioners requesting to hire an entry. It's a board operator, and it's an existing employee filling the vacancy.
It's a higher above minimum. They're utilizing the formula.
Yep. Okay.
On all these,
No, that
was
was
it
the
time for-
clerk.
sorry.
That was
Yeah,
the
we're gonna get
commissioner.
there.
This
That
is
was
the
the commissioner,
clerk.
sorry.
Yeah, was the.
We're not, no, I'm supposed to do it very quick.
Is requesting to hire above entry for this is a
Sorry.
request for hiring above entry for transferring employee and transferring from another department.
Yep.
Leveraging the formula as, yes.
Any other questions, comments?
yeah. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 144 amendments. Do any of these have budgetary impact? Personnel committee?
It's negligible, whatever that towards the end of the year. Yeah, they all have.
I see dancing when I see it.
All salary items have budget impacts,
But-
especially when somebody is adjusting to a higher.
But was it a position that ultimately, is it outside of what was budgeted for 2023 to the point where it's outside? The answer, I would say is.
That's the question I
Right.
have.
The answer is no.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Oh, we have,
here's Diana.
It's actually lower.
Yeah.
It's $376 lower.
Okay, on this particular item.
Yes.
Okay.
And the commissioners. No, she's the commissioner.
All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Next item is Commissioners 144 amendment.
That's one I read earlier. Just wanted to get ahead there. So yes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All right, go ahead, Tim.
All right, next up, we have the,
For the Commissioners,
oh, that's the commissioner, so you're.
yeah, so you want to just real briefly, that's just,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so now this is the switchboard operator, and it's requesting to hire an entry level at, or an entry position, and it's existing employee filling the vacancy.
Awesome. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, Coroner 144 amendment.
Yes, so this is requesting to promote an existing
All
employee.
those in favor, we have to motion.
We have to have a motion
Yeah,
before.
sorry.
I'm
Sorry
just
about
gonna keep
that.
jumping it.
So moved.
Second.
We really appreciate it, though. Tim's gonna give us an update. And the reason why Tim's doing it, the first time we're doing this, he's on Personnel Community Committee, and we're just trying to.
This is probably the worst thing I've ever seen happen in the entire
Amy, no,
time.
actually
Poor
interrupting the
Sue.
meeting like that probably would be. Tim, go ahead.
Thank you. Yes, so this is requesting to promote an existing employee to lead deputy coroner utilizing formula, poll J2.
Any other comments or questions? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
I
Yes, we
don't-
did.
I don't know.
I motioned.
I second.
Thank you.
All right, ISS additional for 51,120.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay. Amy, do you have a quick?
This has to do with the property tax, and so it's ultimately that there's a certain amount that we have, this is with outside of that, and he can explain, there's 6 enhancements that they need to be done.
Yeah, this was actually a request from the auditor's office. It's an enhancement that benefits their office. And the way we've handled those enhancements is if they're over $20,000, we ask the department to submit that request. And so that Robin has submitted that request. It'll obviously be in the ISS budget.
Does this tie into the new software system that we're
No,
using?
this is
This
the
is
property
property
tax
tax is
system. And Robin, you may have more information on what the updates are exactly, but
Yeah, I think, and that's,
It's in the explanation.
was in the explanation, yes.
So moved. Oh, do we already have?
We
that?
have a motion and
Okay.
approval.
Call the question.
Any other questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, thank you. Next item is appropriation for $3,000 from the Hamilton County Emergency Management.
So moved.
Second.
All right.
This has to do with, it wasn't included in, it was requested at budget hearings, but it was not included in budget adoption, so this has to do with compensating non-exempt employees. It's, or as designated, right, it's mandatory on-call status.
Any other questions, comments? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right. Prosecutor 144, and Tim, you've been really good on this.
I know you have
sir.
been a
I appreciate it,
trooper.
thank you.
So moved.
Second.
All right.
So now I could go. So prosecutor's office would like to make personal position changes. Someone's retiring, and so there are personnel changes to put someone in that place.
All right, excellent. Any other questions, comments? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Sheriff 144 amendments.
So moved.
Second.
All right.
Yes, so this was sheriff's office. Came to their attention that promotion pay changes had not been placed in, so they want to put those in.
Wonderful. Any other questions, comments?
No.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Next item is from Fund 1159, Health, requesting $20,500.
So moved.
Second.
All right, well, as Jason's coming up here, this is, we mentioned earlier, a few meetings ago, this was utilizing some reimbursement revenues to do facility upgrades and some work within their offices.
Yes, this is to continue on some of the projects that we got started with last fall, and we are working them. They're under their way, so it's actually hopefully in the next few months. So I'll be able to invite you out, and you can see some of the new exam rooms that we built and some of the AV equipment that we've added on. This will be to kind of finish up those projects, as well as we waited for this time for the construction to start before we asked for the funds for our exam room furniture that we're going to need, because prices have been going up, and so we kind of waited on that, so that's what this is about. As well as there's been some new standards for fleet vehicles, for safety equipment, and so we're gonna use a little bit of this money to purchase some first aid kits and fire extinguishers to outfit our county vehicles with.
Okay.
Any other questions, comments? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thanks, Jason. Next item from Fund 2100, Adult Supplemental Adult Probation, requesting resolution to approve in March after proper advertisement.
Just as it indicates, proper advertisement was not made on the threshold of time, so it's a resolution. It will be for $400,000 to cover furniture for adult probation next month. Motion to approve. Sorry.
Second.
Any questions, comments? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. On to the grant appropriations.
Mr. President, I'd like to make the motion to combine grant appropriation 1 through 6.
Second?
I'll second that, but I want to talk about number one.
Yep.
Before we vote.
We're gonna vote to combine them. So all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right.
Motion to approve grant appropriation 1 through 6.
Second.
And then discuss.
All right.
What do you have?
Okay, the first one you see there, it's for the airport.
Yep.
$4,975,000. This is the appropriation, most of it's coming from the FAA. We're extending the runway at our airport from 5,500 feet to 7,000 feet. And this is the appropriation that starts that project. All the earthwork's been done, everything's been done. So in the spring, as soon as it dries up a little bit, they'll be grading and paving so that we should get the 7,000 feet this calendar year. We've been waiting on it for several years. going through the process and whatnot.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, that's all I got.
Any other comments or questions on any of the other items? Seeing none, all those in favor of the approval as stated, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right.
Oh, one other thing just crossed my mind, just so you guys know, this project, which has been, it's consider it federal aid, it's FAA money, and we got 5% matching, and the state's got 5%. It came in over 25% over engineer's estimate from last year. We had to refinagle and rebid and use some of our other money, and not county money, but other FAA monies we had to throw in the pot. But this one came in over 25% over engineer's estimate. So, it continues.
It does continue.
It's, yeah, we all know. Okay, well, with that, I'm gonna close the public hearing and bring on to announcements. Sheriff.
I don't have anything, thank you.
Council Attorney Jeter.
Nothing for the group, thank you.
Madam Auditor.
Yes, before the meeting, I set before you a resolution that I need added to the agenda tonight. It's 2/1/2023-4, and this is a transfer of $1,294.37 to cover a bond shortfall per Indiana Code 36184, and then it will be repaid at settlement.
Motion to add. Motion to add.
And we have a motion, and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right.
Motion to approve the
Second.
resolution.
All right. And we have a motion, and a second. And any other comments, questions? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you, that's all I have.
All right, and last time to say, Councilman Griffin, sorry to throw you under the bus on that. That was all me, and my apologies.
You really
Sue,
just
I
before
thought
the
that was
meeting.
you. I was like,
me.
that was the worst initiation I've ever
That was
seen.
me.
I'm so sorry,
wasn't.
Tim.
But I appreciate you working with us on that. With that, I'm gonna bring the meeting to a close. Thank you.